Hey guys, Old Beater Cars Workshop. Anyways, here's my next project. 1950 Chevrolet, little half-ton truck. And there's a bit of a story with it. And just listen, grab a cup of coffee or a favorite beverage and have a listen to the story. So anyways, I'll be calling this truck Martin. So back in the early 90s, I knew this guy. I didn't really hang around with him too much. I kind of knew who he was. And partner, just another farmer. I think I bought some manure or something from him one time or another. I actually got to know him pretty good. But anyways, he had this 1950 truck, right? And actually, what happened is I was getting some manure from him, right? And then I seen this little truck he had in his down at the bottom of his orchard, and I said, "What do you do with that?" And he says, "Well, I don't know." He's thinking maybe crush it. I said, "Oh no, don't do that. I mean, fix it up or something, right?" And I guess it belonged to his dad or something, and motor blew up or something on it, and just parked it. Which was the case a lot of times in farms. People had these old trucks, and they ran the shit out of them, and they parked them. And later on, people decided to fix them up. So Martin took this. Basically, I helped Martin take the truck out of the weeds and brought it up to his garage, and we looked at it, and I said, "Well, you should fix it up, take it somewhere to get fixed up." So we took to a local fabricator here in town, and they redid it, and the truck needed body work and frame and engine, just a whole resto job on it, right? And it needed everything, right? Just total restoration, right? Good thing the glass was good, because this one had the 5 windows in it, and the corner glass was good, because that would have been a bitch to find at that time. Well, maybe not so much, but anyways. So they did all the body work. Didn't have a whole lot of body work. Some rust in the fenders, not too bad. Everything was there. They put a new motor in it. They ended up putting a small block Chevy 305 in it, 4-barrel headers, and some Flowmaster exhaust. They put a Camaro or early 70s or early to mid 70s Chevrolet front end in it. Rebuilt the rear end, all that stuff they did to it. But the front end, when they built it, they did it the cheater way. And I'll show you guys how they did it back in the day. This is how they used to do it. So here's your typical Camaro front end, all right? See the unibody style. So anyways, what they used to do is they used to basically weld the frame from the 50s or whatever truck you're working on, right? And basically weld the frame on top of these legs here, right? Which is not proper, but it worked. A lot of guys did it that way. It was perfectly fine. But the proper way to do it, even Sheldon Ross would know about this kind of stuff, because he's probably played with this stuff a lot back in the day. You would basically cut these legs off and just weld the frame, the original 50s frame, to here, right? To this point here, and go back and reinforce it and such. And that's the proper way of doing it. But a lot of guys did it the cheater way, which was fine. And that's what they did with Martin's truck. And the truck was fine. The truck was perfectly fine. It went down the road. He had some centerline mags on it, and just regular, I think it was like 205, not 205, like 245, 15-inch tires with some centerline wheels on it. The truck looked nice. It was a nice rolling truck and such. It was beautiful. I loved it. The way it turned out the first time, it was perfect. So anyways, we went to a car club meeting. Martin came with me, went to a car club meeting. And then he started talking to one guy, and I said, "Don't talk to that fucking cocksucker. This guy he's a custom car builder, right?" And he ripped Martin off fucking through the fucking nose. I mean, he just totally ripped him off hugely. And I told Martin, I said, "Don't talk to him. This guy's a shyster. I know who he is. I went to school with him. He's a total fuck. Just don't talk to him." But anyways, Martin would talk to him. Martin was quite a bit older than me. He was like he had like 10, 15 years on me, right? He's talking blah blah this guy, and then they took his truck down, his guy here, right? They tore the truck apart, tore it right down, stripped it, all the paint, blah blah. There was really nothing wrong with the truck. Stripped it down, did all the bodywork again, reworked it, reworked the frame, which is totally ridiculous, but they did. Put some fancy frame on it. Arf Morster or something front end frame, some kind of very fancy front end. It was like had a Mustang 2 front end and shit like that on it. Something like that. Independent front suspension, independent rear suspension, They four-linked it and all that shit. And disc brakes all the way around and big fat tires, tubbed it out. Here's the parts I'm going to be using for the tubbing out the back of the car, back of the truck. Yeah, interesting. And they rebuilt the motor, stuck a 350 in it, all done up, and done to the nines, cammed up, headers, aluminum head. I had the whole Edelbrock, like I had the same on my Camaro. I had the whole Edelbrock package on it. I had the, at that time, getting a little bit off topic, back in the day, you could go on Summit and you get a whole package deal. You had to do the heads, intake, carburetor, cam, lifters, and the heads actually were a roller rocker. You could, and there was other options. You get headers too, but I didn't get that. I had headers from something else. But anyways, you buy a whole package. And Martin, and of course, this guy did the same thing, right? Did the whole thing, whole shebang, whole top end of the thing, and all Edelbrock. He obviously that's what I did. Spent a fortune. And they did just the whole damn thing. And the truck turned out really nice, but was a lot of flaws in it too. And they redid it all redone, and they painted this metallic green. I liked the paint job. Metallic green, had some flamage on it, some ghost flames. I really liked that. But the truck was so low. The thing was so low, basically over a bump, and it scraped. The tires would rub. They'd rub the top of the fenders, front and rear. Rub, and basically the tires were so low, right? So low that the wheels couldn't turn. You need a couple, maybe an inch or so, maybe an inch on per side to turn, right? So basically you would need a football field to turn the truck around because it just had no turning radius. It looked good, right? It looked good, but going down the road, it just was rough and bumpy, and just like it was like driving a damn race car, right? I think a race car had more suspension. That thing did. So, anyways, Martin spent about $100,000 on that truck. So we went to a car show, local car show, and I had my Camaro. I was right behind him, and it was DOTs there, right? DOT, the road stop at Hot Rodders. So they let me go, or they pulled over Martin, and then they let me go too. And I said, well, they pulled over Martin, I will stick around, right? And the DOT went. They put the car up on jacks, right, and they checked it out and they condemned it. They condemned the truck. They said it was unsafe to be on the road. They gave them a huge list. Things had to be fixed on it were not right. So Martin was killed over. He spent $100,000 on his truck, and and the DOT condemned the damn truck. So I guess Martin went after this guy, tried to sue him, and he had his fucking they had everything all figured out, and no one got sued, nothing like that. But anyways, the guy did a whole fuck job on it big time, and just all shitty welds, and just took Bondo, and he just made it look. I mean, made it look pretty, right? But if you basically they took pictures of the truck, right? And the DOT went into that little scraper, right? And he basically took a chunk of Bondo off the frame. It was just shitty welds. They just took some Bondo and just filled it in, and it looks stupid, right? It was very unsafe with shitty welds and Bondo covering it to make it look pretty. I mean, basically they built a show truck, and it was not something you would never drive, right? Martin drove it, but not very long. So after that scenario, the truck got parked, and then he got tired of it and basically gave it away for nothing after spending $100,000 on it. I mean, I liked the truck. I mean, it was really nice. It just needed some fine tuning and get rid of that fucking frame they had on it, or got it redone by a professional fabricator, some like Mr. Ross, guys like that who are professional fabricators. They know what the fuck they're doing, not a custom car shop that sometimes you can call these guys call themselves custom car shops, but they do Mickey Mouse shady work to get the money. So I mean, there are tons and tons of custom car builders that do a good job and they build things correctly, but there's also a lot of shitty ones too that fudge it. they do shitty welds and just all put some Bondo on it and call it perfect. Well, it's not. And it's also unsafe. So anyways, we're going to base the truck on that one. It was actually dark metal. It was like light metallic green. Big fancy tires on it. Big high performance motor. Blah, blah, blah. And I base that truck on the same way. But I'm going to build the frame as it was built the first time with the Camaro front end. So anyways, or I might just build the first way. But I like the second way they did it. Just need to be done perfect. So not spend $100,000. But alright guys, thanks for watching my video. Been a long one, a little history on it, a little story, because it's neat to tell stories about vehicles and stuff like that things you seen back in the day, people you knew, and way they built stuff. So it's kind of nice to have that. So alright guys, thanks for watching, and bye for now. Stay tuned for updates on this build.